I'm Gerald, originally from Brempa, Kroonstad. It's a small city, if you know Kroonstad, shout out to you. But yeah, I'm a small town kid.
Stand by yourself so you not shock who they side with. Wind up on my back, all these knives look good reflecting the sun.
So the name came from originally the term, I got called General, right? So some of my homies just nicknamed me Geno. I actually like the name, but I didn't know what it means, right? So one time I was thinking of this name, GT the Geno. I'm like, this name is too long. Like, I can't go with this name. Let me see what the term Geno means, because the guys called me Geno. So I found out that the term Geno meant noble. So I was like, wow, that's an amazing meaning. You get what I'm saying? And this is street guys. I'm Afrikaans. So these guys didn't know it meant noble. You get what I'm saying? So once again, there was just a blessing that came on my path. The side I saw something about like Idi Amin, and I found out the first time what's a genocide. So I saw, okay, this is a tragic thing. But then you take the term Geno, which is such a nice meaning, noble, and then the side is such a, bad term, so I put an S on it, so I'm on the noble side. So that's how the name came together. Yeah, it's like that oxymoron play, so when you hear it, you think first thing in your mind is that perception, it's murder, it's killing. But on my perception of it is actually being on the noble side. So anyone who's on genocide. So that's what I got the name, and that's how I put the name together.
Finally learning to let go, back to life.
Yeah, Biggie Smalls was my first favorite artist. It was the whole Pac and Biggie dilemma. So I was a Biggie fan back in the day when, everybody was a Pac fan. So Biggie inspired the flow, but Pac inspired the truth, the poetry, So that revolutionary side of me was that Pac feeling. After that, it's guys like Smino, Kendrick Lamar, Saba, aka Casper. Like, there's a lot of people, even Nasty CMT. There's a lot of artists that I listen to, and I got a lot of influences. Yeah.
I had to free this world by sleeping myself with grieving words. I felt the sting at first, but now I'm addicted to needles. Thank God for blues, thank God for all my problems.
Complex Comfort. So None So Far is a journey. I moved to Joburg, and when I moved to Joburg, I started becoming an artist and making music, right? But I was, at this point, I was surrounded by the wrong crowd, A lot of this dragged me into a deeper depression. You get what I'm saying? That I never, where I'm from a small town. We didn't know about depression. We didn't even know about horoscopes. I learned about being a Virgo when I came to Joburg. So in Joburg is where I learned about depression and things like that. Like, when you're in a small town, you can't get depressed. It's not like really you can't get depressed, but there's nothing to get depressed about. You get what I'm saying? Because you're in a small town, everybody's almost equal. So moving to Johannesburg, I learned that the lifestyle was completely different. There was a lot of life choices that I made till this day that I feel like, I could have made better life choices. And there's a lot of things that happened to me. There's a lot of wrong that was done to me. You get what I'm saying? So last year I reached a very deep depression that actually made me move back home, right? And when I moved back home, people were like, because I dropped out of university to do music, right? So it was like that moment, people wait for you to flop, to be like, oh, yeah, I told you it's not going to work out. You get what I'm saying? So when I got back home and people were like, do you regret it? All of those things that you did. And I'm like, nah, none so far. Like, that's how the name came about, none so far, no regrets. You get what I'm saying? I'm still moving forward. I'm still enjoying what I'm doing. I still love what I'm doing. And that's where that sadness comes into that songs. Complex Comfort is the ego vibes. Like, Complex Comfort is the sound where I'm cocky, I'm self-confident. I've overcome my depression. I've realized that I'm putting myself first. And the term Complex Comfort came from my producer. He said, let's call the project Complex Comfort. It only got to me deeper when I realized that complexity is where the most comfort is. You get what I'm saying? You get a comfort zone, but when complexity becomes your comfort, the world is yours. You get what I'm saying? When you start figuring out things, when you start solving things, when you're comfortable with that, you're comfortable with your problems. You get what I'm saying? You know something wrong is gonna happen, in the next year or two, but you're comfortable. You know something it's gonna be difficult to make it as an artist in SA, but you're comfortable with that situation because those are the complexes. So you go for it, irregardless. So that's where complex comfort comes from. It's knowing that there's something higher than you and being comfortable with that. Knowing that you're not in control of your life. So that sound of the music that's in complex comfort is not sad. It's more open. It's more, like, how can I say, it's more free, it's more liberal. It's talking a lot of smack and then talking truth as well, but it's just me enjoying different sounds and everything like that, and just being free, just being liberal.